Hey there, Chadi, Bazzi here, and welcome to another episode of the Top Listing Agent Show. I know it's 2023 right now, and this year we've produced less episodes than we are usually producing. The goal at the end of the day isn't so much about like how much content we actually give you. The goal for this year is like, how do we make the content that we give you be worth the wait in between, episode to the next episode, regardless of whether it's 2 episodes a week or 2 episodes a month. At the end of the day, I want to give you the best of the best. So if you haven't already done so, I am going to make a request right now. I want you to go ahead and you're obviously already subscribed to the podcast. If you haven't already given us a review, I would really appreciate it if you give us a great review, a 5-star rating, so we can continue to get the reach that we get and we continue to bring you the content that we want to give you. Now, I wasn't really planning on recording a podcast episode today. I was planning on creating some real REEL content for Instagram and Facebook and YouTube Shorts and all that good stuff. But I decided to do a podcast instead. And that decision came as a result of a training that I was doing a little bit ago with our private listings on demand community, where we help top listing agents become top listing agents. So every single Tuesday, the theme in that class is called Dream Scripts. So what we focus on more than anything else is the art and science, of becoming a master of influence. So you become script independent and you're able to create your own scripts that fit your personality and your selling style. And as we were doing that today, I began with a little rant, and I said, I want every single person to write down 4 words. And if you're watching this and or listening to this, I want you to do the same exact thing. I want you to write down 4 words. And the 4 words that I want you to write down is the following. Write down, do less, do less, do better. Do less and do better. So that's going to be the title of our podcast today. How do I do less but do better so I get better results with less work? Ultimately, I think every single person got in this real estate industry to be their own boss, for time freedom, for financial freedom, for them to be able to do less and get more and travel more and do all that good stuff. And then you get your real estate license and it's not really as pretty as you thought it was going to be. And I want to be your advocate here to be the one to tell you it can be that way. And the way that we are going to do that is to shift the focus from the way that you've been doing things to the new way of doing things. So you don't have to work as hard as you're working right now, and you're able to earn a lot more than you're earning right now. So what do I mean when I say do less and do better? I gave them 3 things that I said I need them to start doing in order to make this a reality. I don't really necessarily mean just do less of everything right now and then all of a sudden, you're going to get better at things. There's certain things that you need to do more of, don't get me wrong, and I want to break that down. I said 3 things. Number one, I want you to write down the following, okay? Learn 3 things that have to become non-negotiable every single day for you. Learn. I said that like 4 or 5 times right now because a lot of you haven't really committed the time to learn the number one thing that you need to learn in order for you to do less and do better. And I want to break this down and give you guys an example. So let's say there's 2 people in your office right now, you and someone else, or just 2 people. You're just sitting there observing 2 people in the office. Their offices are right next to each other, and imagine that it's a glass wall, so you're able to see right through the wall into their office. And both individuals, whether they're male, female, it doesn't matter, they both have a stand-up desk, they got their computer in front of them, and they both have access to the same exact leads. Like every single one of them has 100 people that they're going to call today, okay? and the person on the left is making the phone calls and the person on the right is making the phone calls, and you're watching those two people for an hour or two or however long, and then they both come out of the room at the same exact time a few hours later, and one of them has like a big smile on their face and one of them is like feeling very frustrated, and you look at both of them and you say, what the heck is going on here? And you ask them the question, hey, what were you guys doing? And they both say, well, we were prospecting. And, person A, the one on the left, says, well, I made a freaking damn 100 phone calls and I got no freaking damn appointments. Everybody was freaking damn mean today. And then the person on the right, will be like, well, I made 100 phone calls as well today, and I was able to set 2 listing appointments. Look, they were both in the office at the same time, had access to the same technology, had access to the same leads, but one set 2 appointments and one didn't. Why is that? Why is that? It's because the person on the right, okay, is a person that learned the art and science of how to have better conversations. They learned the art and science of how to have better conversations. So now if we take a look at the person on the left that already made 100 calls and got nothing, maybe if they made another 100 calls, they might get 1 or 2 appointments. That would be called playing the numbers game. We here at Top Listing Agent Academy, we say we don't play the numbers game. We don't play the numbers game. We learn how to play the game to get the numbers to work for us in our favor. So now, if that person on the left did another 100 calls, now they're 200 calls into it, they got 1 or 2 appointments. Still, the guy on the right-hand side did less and got more because they did less because they did better. So I said to every single person, what I want you to have as your number 1 non-negotiable item for the rest of this year, so you don't have to worry about it for the remainder of your career, is to perfect the art and science of sales. Real estate sales. Real estate sales. Keyword is sales. The better that you can sell with authenticity, the better that you will do. So you, our podcast audience, I'm talking to you right now. What is your non-negotiable? I don't care what you say. I'm telling you what it is. It's the art and science of selling. Some of you guys should really be taking a look at like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, how to get anyone, anywhere, anytime to do exactly what you want them to do and have them think that it was their idea to begin with. If you want more information about that, simply go to realestatenlpacademy.com or send me a direct message and I'll forward you some information. So I said, number 1, learn. Number 2, I said, think. So we're talking about incorporating the 3 habits. The 3 habits so you ultimately do less and do better. So habit number 1 was the learning habit. Habit number 2 is the thinking habit. Look, that is something that's happening in the background all day, every single day. You're thinking. You are thinking. However, the majority of your thoughts are by default and they serve you no purpose. As a matter of fact, they may be working against you. What I need you to do is I need you to practice how to think on purpose, how to interrupt your normal way of thinking and think more by design. Think on purpose. Why? Why is that so critically important? Because here's what we know. What we know is that all emotions are preceded by thought. All emotions are preceded by thought. So if your thinking isn't good, then your feeling isn't good. And if your thinking is good, then your feeling is good. And what we know is that when you feel good, you do good. You take action. Because if you don't feel good, how likely are you to take action? Very unlikely. So that was the point that I gave in point number 2 to our listings on demand members this morning. And someone said, well, how do you do that? And I said, that is a perfect question right there. How do you do that is the perfect question, because one of the better ways to do it is to ask ourselves a series of questions every single day that trigger us to think for the answers. Do you see what's happening here? Questions dictate thinking. So what questions are you asking yourself every single day to get your thinking in the right on the right path? So I said, besides asking the questions, which we're going to dive in a little bit deeper on that in a second, I said one of the things that you could do is meditate every single day. I think meditation is a great practice. You sit there, you try to quiet your mind, you sit there with your thoughts, etc. And, when you're thinking, if you're thinking when you're meditating, I don't know what your area of expertise in terms of meditation, etc. It's something that's happening on purpose. So that right there would be a great habit. And I said the one that should be 100% non-negotiable is journaling. Is journaling. When you are sitting down with a notepad, a book, and a pen, which is the way that I encourage you to do it. You can do it digitally if you want. I think it's more effective if you use pen and paper. If you're sitting down and you'll be like, now you're actually thinking on purpose. I would be asking myself questions like, what are the things that I'm happy about right now? So what are you thinking about? Now you're thinking about happiness. You could say, what am I mostly grateful for right now? What are you thinking about right now? Gratitude. You could be thinking to yourself what do I want to accomplish today? Or what do I want to accomplish this week or this month or this year or in my lifetime? Or you can ask yourself questions like, who do I need to be today to make the day count for me and everyone that I interact with? You could ask yourself the question of how about this one? Here's a very deep question for you guys to think about. If I only had 3 years left to live, what would I do differently? Or if I knew that I couldn't fail and I can accomplish anything I want to accomplish this year, what would I go for? You get where I'm going with this. So we're talking about, learning, and we're talking about thinking. Forget about number 3 right now. What if you learned the art and science of having better conversations every single day, and you actually thought in a way that compelled you to take action because you feel good every single day? If that's all you did, was incorporate those 2 habits for the rest of this year, how would life be different? How would business be different? I think everything in your life will transform for the better. I think one thing that would really come out of this, forget about the money, is you would begin to believe in you a lot more than you believe in yourself right now. And I'm telling you, there's no better drug in the world than a drug of self-belief, self-esteem, self-confidence. You showing up as you everywhere you go every single day. That's what will draw people to you. So what's the third habit? The third habit is the habit of doing. And I want you to get in the habit of imperfect action. Imperfect action. What you're learning and what you're thinking need to be applied. Think to yourself, speed of implementation. How fast can I, whatever it is that I learned in the art and science of, whether it's your listing presentation, your expired script, physical script, objection handling, etc. How fast are you going to implement that? Imperfectly. And I want it to be imperfectly because that's what's going to get you closer to perfection, because you learn a specific, let's say a specific objection handler. You apply it. Well, the response that you're going to get from the client, whether it works or not, is the feedback that you need to make it more effective and better for the next client that you are interacting with. Okay? And then, as you are doing, one of the things that I said to our members today, I said, think about lead generation. Lead generation, the lifeblood of your business. Okay? I said, I want every single one of you guys to make a big, bold commitment right now to one lead generation system that you are going to be the one in the marketplace that no one in the marketplace can do it as good as you. What is that? What is that lead generation system for you? Are you going to be the person that door knocks better than anyone in the marketplace? Are you going to be the one that will list more expireds than anyone else in the marketplace, or more for sale by owners than anyone else in the marketplace, or more better open houses than anyone in the marketplace? Look, I'm already thinking right now, like I can think of people in different marketplaces and I'm like, okay, I'll think of like, Marvin, expireds, hands down. No one can do it as good as him. I think of for sale by owners. Boom, Donna pops up in my mind immediately. I think of open house. I think of Cirillo. Like, these people have built that one lead generation system in a way that they got so good at it that is the one where they do less and get better results than anyone else in the marketplace. So just a quick recap. 3 things, 3 habits that will take you, your life, and your business to the next level. Number 1, the habit of learning every single day. And I said to you, you can learn anything you want, but what I want you as my podcast listener, as my YouTube watcher, as my friend on Instagram, as my friend on Facebook, I want you to become the master at the art of influence. And if you need help with that, we can definitely help you with that. Just go to realestaternlpacademy.com or simply send me a direct message. Let's have a chit chat. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how we can help you. I said habit number 2 is the habit of thinking on purpose. I recommend the daily journaling. And habit number 3 is the actual doing of that which you are learning and that which you are thinking, and getting better at one lead generation system to become the best in the marketplace at doing it. So, thank you very much for your listening today. I promise to bring you guys more valuable content like this week in and week out. If you haven't already done so, last request, make sure you leave us a positive review and give us a 5-star rating on the podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, give us a comment, give us some love, and we'll keep on loving on you every single week with brand new valuable content. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Top Listing Agent Show. Take care. Bye-bye. You might want to mute yourself. Okay, you muted yourself? Okay, good. Okay. I don't know where that came from, but let's just get right into it today. Yeah, that would be all. All right, so let's start over again. Yeah, baby.